You may have heard that Dhaka muslin could pass through a ring. For more than 4,000 years, Dhaka muslin was a global luxury textile traded across royal courts and empires. It travels among the elites of Europe, Arab, and major civilizations of the world. Lost for 200 years, Bangladesh revived muslin in 2021, finding unique cotton futikarpash, genetics, and craftsmanship. There are 16 stages, 20 artisans, and 3 to 6 months of time required to make a magical muslin. A Dhaka muslin scarf takes 800 hours of extreme high-skilled multi-layer job, from harvesting cotton at precise moisture levels to weaving yarn thinner than human hair. Every step demands patience, precision, and generations of inherited skill. Hi, I'm Shariful Alam, founder of Muslin Dhaka. Muslin Dhaka is a global heritage luxury brand that offers its very own Dhakai muslin, rarest fibers, and quiet luxury fashion. Today, I will walk you through the 16 amazing steps of making magical Dhaka muslin. For the first time, we reveal everything except the secret sauce.
Our journey begins with the Futikarpas, the sacred ancestral cotton of the Mughals. Thought to be extinct for nearly 2 centuries, this rarest cotton treasure was rediscovered in the wild by a dedicated national mission. Today we harvest these delicate balls from the same historical soil that once clothed emperors, marking the first breath in the rebirth of a legend. A patient manual liberation. We gently separate the cloud like fibers from the seeds, removing every impurity by hand. This ensures only the most pristine futikarpas remains for the spindle. The ritual of refinement. Before the spindle turns, the fiber must find its perfect alignment. In extreme precision, artisans use the natural combs of the bullfish jawbone to tease the cotton into an ethereal cloud. It is a discipline of alignment, ensuring fibers are flawlessly parallel. Sometimes even bare hands, our artisans complete this step with generational skills. In the perfect humidity of dawn, our master spinners use the traditional takli or charka to transform cotton into a thread thinner than a human hair. This 500 thread count yarn is the finest ever spun by human hands, a feat of patience that defies modern machinery.
Now the ghost yarn is prepared. We move it into the pre-weaving stages that shape it for the loom. Each of these stages is highly delicate, where even the smallest variation in touch, tension, or timing can change the fate of the entire masterpiece.
Before the loom can sing, our master artisans perform the delicate ritual of markaron. Using a sacred formula of natural rice starch, each strand of hand-spun yarn is meticulously dressed. This is the invisible strength behind the woven yarn. Precision in every rotation. Following the dressing process, the fine muslin yarn is transitioned onto bamboo natais. This pulling stage balances the thread's delicate tensile strength with structural order. By hand winding the yarn onto natural bamboo, we maintain the absolute purity and readiness of the world's most exclusive fiber. Through the ritual of Depa, the yarn is meticulously wound into compact, shuttle-ready cores. This is the vital prerequisite for the high-speed choreography of the master weaver. Ensure a flawless flow of material in every pass. The transition from thread to textile. In this final stage of preparation, the world's finest 500 count yarn is gathered onto handcrafted bobbins. At this level of refinement, the yarn is nearly invisible to the eye. Yet it carries the weight of a 1,000-year-old legend. The engine of the masterpiece is now set. Master artisans stretch thousands of 500 count ghost threads across the horizon. This ritual of absolute alignment ensures the woven hair remains flawless. Following the calibration of the bobbins, we begin the grand orchestration of the verb Tana Hata. In the soft light of the morning, our master artisans stretch thousands of 500 count ghost threads across the horizon. This ritual of absolute alignment ensures the woven yarn remains flawless. Here, the length of the fabric is determined. Each strand is laid with precision that rivals the finest fabrics on earth. Before the first breath of weaving begins, the artisan must master the geometry of the loom. In the quiet ritual of Sana Loy, thousands of 500 count ghost threads are meticulously guided through the Sana. It is a master reed hand-shaven from ancestral bamboo. We measure our devotion in SIA, from the 1500 strands of our signature wave to the legendary 18 SIA, holding 1800 threads in perfect hair-fine alignment. We even go 22 SIA when needed. This is the invisible skeleton of the woven yarn, a testament to a precision that no machine can replicate. Precision is nothing without stability. Tana Pechano is the definitive stage of warp winding, where the hand-spun footy karpas is anchored to the heart of the pith loom. For Muslin Dhaka, the winding process requires an elite skills to prevent the slightest distortion in the 500 count yarn. By manually securing up to 1800 individual threads, we establish a foundation of unwavering integrity. It is here that the mathematical complexity of the sana is finally locked into the rhythm of the weaver. The woven yarn now prepares for its final transformation. In the quiet discipline of boiloi, our artisans meticulously thread each of the 1800 warp strands through individual hand-knotted cotton heddles. This is the stage of boasuta, the creation of the loom's internal pulse. We thread each strand through individual hand-knotted cotton heddles. By using soft string instead of metal, we protect the fragile 500 count footy karpas yarn. It is a masterpiece of manual calibration. It needs extraordinary handwork for making magical muslin. This sets the stage for the weaver's first strike.
Weaving is the most sacred stage of the entire process. Depending on the design, dimension, and complexity, it takes 3 to 6 months to complete a muslin masterpiece.
In the humid silence of the riverbanks, the symphony begins. Buna is the most sacred act of our 16-stage journey. Here, our master weavers, the guardians of a 1,000-year-old intuition, interlace the 500 count yarn upon the traditional pith loom. Every strike of the loom is a rhythmic heartbeat, breathing life into a fabric once called running water and evening dew. This is the manifestation of a legend crafted by hands that reminds what machines could never do. When the fabric leaves the loom, it is still stiff and disciplined by the starch of the marcaron. In the past, artisans washed the 500 count textile in soft, pure water to dissolve the sizing. In today's world, we go for the best dry wash. As the starch departs, the footy karpas fibers relax and the fabric awakens. Even in the hands of a master weaver, the finest 500 count ghost thread can hold microscopic secrets. Rafugari is one of the most elite disciplines in this textile. A master rafugar, the invisible mender, inspects every millimeter. Using a needle as fine as a splinter of light, they correct any teeny irregularity. ensure absolute perfection. Their work is so precise it is invisible to the naked eye. Make sure every piece of muslin dhaka meets the standard of absolute, flawless perfection. This is the 16th and final act. To achieve its legendary moon-like luster and supernatural softness, the muslin undergoes kundi. The folded fabric is rhythmically beaten with a smooth, heavy wooden mallet. This ancient technique compacts the superfibers, polishes the surface, giving the veneer its signature elegance. Often with team muslin dhaka, do it by your expert hands. With the final strike of the kundi, the 16-step journey is complete. Masterpiece is born.
These are the 16 steps of making historical Dhaka muslin. Behind every muslin, there is a story, a soul, an extreme process that needs extraordinary skill, care, and dedication. No two muslin is the same. Dhakai muslin is not just weaving a generic textile. It's an art that brings back the world's lost treasure, a tradition that connects our ancestors thousands of years, a signature piece of human history brought back to life. Thank you for watching.